Hey, welcome into the Desert Vibe. I'm Glenn Gardner,
I'm Walt Richardson.
I'm Jamie Ray.
and
I'm Ed Heisler.
there he is. I want to welcome Ed. Ed, I don't know if you're living the dream or the nightmare. I'm not sure. It probably depends on the day. But for those of us who play guitar and other instruments, owning a store that sells guitars and things like that, and being surrounded by all those beautiful instruments is something I've thought about. And then luckily, people have talked me down from the ledge on numerous occasions. But you were not talked down from the ledge. So I should. Ed is the owner of Black Mountain Guitar Company, which is in Cave Creek. And I've actually frequented the store a number of times. But what is interesting about this store, above and beyond just the instruments that are in there, is that the store has really become, I think, a community resource in North Phoenix and up towards Cave Creek and Carefree in that way. You had I think, a different vision for this place. Can you explain really, in your mind, what you are up there?
Okay, well, let's go back to how I got here. And uh, actually, almost 5 years ago, we were in the midst of COVID. Things were happening. Um, I have a company that made a guitar electronics called Mad Hatter Guitar Products. And during COVID, it just exploded. I mean, I was getting orders like crazy. I hired some people to help me out. I was working out of a small executive suite. And in this store, there was a location here called Cave Creek Guitar, and Paul Strachetta was the proprietor of that store. It had been here at that time, geez, pushing almost 20 years. And then I was talking to Paul a little bit about maybe taking over some of the space because he wasn't utilizing a lot of the space. Sadly, Paul got sick,
Yep.
and sadly he passed on April 15th of 21. Um, I was able to secure the lease after that, took over the space, remodeled, rebranded as Black Mountain Guitar. But the primary business was going to be Mad Hatter Guitar Products, selling guitar electronics, and then selling some guitars on the side. So we launched on June 29th, 21. We had three guitars on the wall. What we did not realize what was going to happen was as COVID started to slow down, more people started getting out, brick and mortar retail business just exploded. People wanting to get out, get their hands on stuff. They got tired of being mailed stuff that was like, oh my gosh, shouldn't have, and boxing it up and returning it and stuff like that. And
Well, particularly guitar, right? I mean,
yeah,
there are things you buy on Amazon, buy online, whatever,
yeah,
aspirin or something, but a guitar.
it's very personable. I mean, it's like one thing we don't compete in is pro audio. I mean, because pro audio, you go to the YouTube channel, you watch the demo, you order it and have it shipped in, and what you receive is pretty much what you heard. Guitar, I can line up a half dozen guitars, same models, same brand, same model, same color, and each one's going to be slightly different. They're going to feel a little different. They're going to sound a little different. They're going to play a little different, even with the same setup, same pickup heights, everything. It's wood. It's organic in its way. It's the way it was put together. Even though it's the same process, the same people.
Mhm.
I mean, you get one piece of ash, that's sitting in the middle of the woods, and you got another piece of ash that's sitting on the outskirts of the wood. One's getting a lot of sunlight, one's getting a lot of water, one's getting less water. So the wood grows differently, and as it does that, it creates a different tone, different texture, how the grain is and stuff. So, but anyways, we just blew up and just continued to grow. And gosh, we ended up buying a building. We expanded. We more than tripled our space between. Now we got a warehouse. We doubled our showroom
Because
space.
there was a store that was selling like Velvet Elvises or something next door, right? And then you,
Yeah, they were selling a lot of donkey pictures.
right, right,
Yeah,
right.
so when his
Very
lease,
popular up there in Cave Creek,
I
I
know
might add.
there's nothing more exciting than having a picture of a donkey drinking a Moscow Mule on your wall, right? Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
mean,
gone, and you've
yeah,
replaced that with your in. Last time was it your inventory was like
yeah, we're
I don't know how
pushing
many.
between 500-600 guitars right now.
Oh
We've
my gosh, yeah,
expanded from we have PRS. That was our first major brand,
yeah.
PRS, and then we got Fender Special brands, and then we ended up with and then we got since then we got Fender, we have Martin, we have Gibson, we have pretty much all the major brands, and plus we got some of the boutique guys like Sir Guitars. We just brought in Duesenberg, so we're getting stuff like that as well. And the only major brand we don't have right now is Taylor, and I don't know if that's kind of I don't know. We'll see. But
I can
with
bring a
Taylor.
couple more tailors up there if you want, but
Yeah. I mean, Taylor's
but
are a brand that, people that love them, love them. And eventually I'd like to get them in here for sure. Yes. And I'd
yeah,
like to have,
yeah.
because it's one thing about them. They do make a nice guitar.
They really do. They're
Yeah.
great build guitar. But and just before I hand it over to Walter and then Jamie Ray, what sparked this kind of community focus? I should explain that on almost every night of the week, there's something going on in the shop that has nothing to do with selling a guitar.
Yeah.
It's like country night, and there's a country jam up there, and there's a songwriters night, and there's a ukulele night. And how did that all happen?
So what happened when we first opened, I thought, well, what can I do to get people into the shop? I'm thinking of marketing ideas. And and so basically every Tuesday night we have an event. First Tuesday, I call it Tuesday Night Music Club, and that's for singer-songwriters. We borrowed the name from Cyril Crow's album, Tuesday Night Music Club, because that's what how that album came together. They had a Tuesday night to get together and write songs. So that was our first night, and then then we added our Country Comfort Jam, which is the second Tuesday. Our the third one is the Ukestra. We have a Uke Jam, and then the fourth one is our Tuesday Bluesday Jam, and Chuck Hall, our guitar teacher, he leads that one. So, and what started out as getting people in the store so I can sell some guitars, turned into something I never expected, and that was a community that grew uh, with people getting together and networking. The Uke Jam turned into the Cave Creek Ukestra. Now they get together every Wednesday morning, and then they play gigs around town. They're playing at Janie's, they're playing at Black Mountain Cafe, and then a couple people from that met some other girls, and now they got the Black Mountain Girls, and they play around town. And Mark Chokansky met, you know, Al. I guess I've met a few people, and then now he's got Mark Edwards and the Usual Suspects, and so it's pretty amazing what's I thought was just get a few people in to buy some guitars turned in to so much better, bigger, and people networking and coming together and enjoying the music together. And it's just been wonderful, and it's given me relationships and friendships that I didn't anticipate that I'm so grateful for that I think is much greater than the store and everything combined. So.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I have a question. Well, actually, it's a two-part question, and they really aren't related. Uh, Number one is the valley has grown a lot out here, and some people who are on in Tempe on this side of the valley think of things in Cave Creek as way out there in a way. But if you go out there, you'll find that you're almost centrally located in the area where you are because so much growth has gone
Yeah.
past Cave Creek. So you're kind of like sitting in a sweet spot. So the question is, how would you describe some directions to someone coming to your store.
Yeah.
And the other question that I have is, where were you born and how did you get to Arizona?
So,
The two parts.
two parts. Well, the first part is, to get out here, there's, if you're coming from the West Valley, 17 to Carefree Highway out here. Down, you can also come down, Central, come down Cave Creek Road
Mhm.
from the Central Valley. And then from the east side, from Tempe, I would take the 101 to Pima and the Pima right down to Cave Creek Road and then turn left right and down. It's pretty much straight shots out here.
Right.
Now,
Or
it's
just grab a helicopter.
we can grab a helicopter, that's fine. But it's a lot I mean, like those who lived in the valley, I haven't been out here. The first time I came to visit was in '91, and my aunt and uncle built a place on Lone Mountain, just around the corner from here. And
Wow.
I remember going to visit them in '91.
Right.
My mom lived at Thunderbird and Scottsdale Road, and the drive from there to Cave Creek seemed like you better pack a lunch, you know.
Right.
And it was like, you couldn't, because all the dips in Scottsdale Road going through all the washes, it took forever to get out here. You couldn't drive. Obviously that's all changed now, and Cave Creek has grown up so much. It's beautiful out here. It's gorgeous and it's
Mhm.
nice. And the music community out here, I mean, there's live music every night of the week. It's almost like Tempe 30 years ago,
Hmm.
where you could walk down Mill Avenue and, there's a live band here and there's a live band there. And it's like, that's what it's like now in downtown Cave Creek. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
wonderful to say. How did I get out here? Metro Detroit native. Grew up outside of
Yeah.
Detroit. Um, Used to in the 80s, played in clubs around Detroit. Uh, Landed in the auto industry, obviously. It's hard to avoid.
Right.
Uh, and then in 2000, had an opportunity to move out here. And I was on the fast track with Chrysler Corp and looked in the mirror and it's like, my gosh, it's just like I'm missing kids' birthdays. I'm at work all the time. And it's like, this is not the life I want for my family. And so I decided to come out here had an opportunity to come out here 2000 and it's been great. And I always joked that my retirement years were my 30s and 40s, which was a great time to be retired because I was working, doing corporate compliance stuff. So I was at home all the time so I was with my kids all the time, which was great. It was awesome. And, now, they're gone. So now I live here.
Is it an expensive doghouse or it's just a really nice apartment?
That's right. Yeah.
That's awesome. One of the things that I was also leading with that question about your location is how much development has gone on past Cave Creek, going all the way up to like Happy Valley Road and all of
Yeah.
that.
Black Canyon City.
Black Canyon City, it is
Yeah.
amazing. We
Yeah.
got detoured off of the freeway one day and had to go through that area.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow. I mean, it put another hour onto the trip,
Yeah.
but I was still amazed at how expansive how much it's grown in that area, and
Yeah.
really nice houses.
Yeah. And that's been one of our benefits as well, is the demographics out here.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of disposable income. There's a
Yes.
lot of people with second, third homes out here, and a
Yep.
lot of people uh, that are retired. Our average is kind of humorous is that when I taught guitar in the late 80s, early 90s, my average student was 12 years old.
Hmm.
Okay. Chuck's average student is probably 65,
Exactly.
you know. And a lot of my customers are people that played in high school, played in college, got married, had kids, built their career up, and always loved the guitar. Probably always had that guitar around. But their focus was their family and career at that time.
Hmm.
They put their priorities where they
Hmm.
felt they should be at that time of life. Now the kids are gone. Now they're
Right.
retired.
Right.
Now they have money to buy the guitars they couldn't afford
Hmm.
for the last 30 years or when
Hmm.
they were younger.
Yep.
And now they walk into my shop and he goes, "Oh my gosh, I remember always wanting a 62 Strat. Now here's, a Fender custom shop version of that guitar that I can buy without having to spend $50,000 for the actual thing." But
Right.
but
Right.
but purchase one that like it that has the same specs and yeah, and it's like that's where we cater to is that demographic. And right now is the baby boomer, older Gen X. We just opened up our a room called the Shred Shed. Okay. And it's shredder guitars. It's just that was me when I was a kid. 1985, I remember walking in a store, St. Clair Shores, Michigan, called Guitars for Stars. And they're the only Charvel Jackson dealer in the state of Michigan at the time. And looking at the wall, and there was a Randy Rhoads Flying V, Jackson V there for like, I don't know. It doesn't matter what it cost. It could have been to me, it was $1 million because
Right.
there's no way it would have took a month's worth of paychecks, you know, and
Mhm.
bumming rides back and forth to work for me to buy that guitar.
Yep.
That would have
That's awesome. I have one more question. Do you carry gills?
Guild.
Yeah.
We do not know. No, Guild is. I think they're starting to make them now over in Oxnard.
Well, they're not
Okay.
they're not Guild anymore. Yeah, they went
Yeah.
through two different sales, and now they're owned by Yamaha.
Was
Oh,
And
it
they are.
Yamaha that picked them up?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
'cause I heard somebody in Oxnard was making USA versions.
They might have hung on to the to the
Yeah.
I
headquarters over there or something, but
I have an American made version,
Yeah.
and I like them.
those are the
Yeah,
good ones.
they're fun guitars, and that's we've had a few used ones come through, and it's funny because the guild snobs, as I call them,
Oh,
they look in there, it's like, oh, is that Rhode Island or is it Connecticut?
oh, 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 oh.
They're all like, I was like, well, just pick up the guitar and play it.
When at Ypsilanti at one point in time, they
Well,
had a factory out there in Ypsilanti, I think,
oh, okay,
a
yeah,
long time ago.
yeah.
That's great. Hey, Jamie, I know you. This is we gotta save this podcast because this is the longest I've seen Jamie quiet in forever. Because last night they were out at the open mic night at TCA, which was wild. It was a wild night, and so congratulations, Jamie.
I'm not even on mute. I'm not even muted.
No, that's right.
I figured I said enough last night. I just should keep my mouth shut today. Now I'm gonna have to make some posts so people know what we're talking about.
Right.
Ed, I have a few
Yeah.
questions for you. Walt always asks the ones that I want to ask, and so then I got to move on to the second set.
All right.
But that's good. We want to get all these things answered. I want to know more about your shop, and do you sell new guitars and used guitars?
So
Or
we do primarily new guitars. Uh, and it's used guitars in our shop is primarily vintage, collectible
okay.
stuff. Um, Usually we do consignments like that.
Hmm.
I'm not big on buying guitars. Um, it's just I don't know, just kind of
I am.
I know you are.
Yeah, we all know Glenn is.
Yeah,
Hey, I was, I'm a ventriloquist. I said that, but it came out of his mouth.
I was thinking it.
We're all thinking that one.
yeah, buying used guitars. I mean, because it's like we get a collection in, and there's a few people that do that, and eventually I'll probably get into that. But used guitar here is primarily vintage.
Yeah,
So when some people think, oh, I just want a good used guitar. Okay, well, I got a 1959 Strat up there for $35,000.
yeah,
You know, then they kind of like, oh, that's not what I was thinking.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
and the used market, and the reason why we don't deal in it because when it gets to like the $1,000 and under market, I mean, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist,
Yeah,
it's just you get people. I mean, I tell people just go there,
yeah,
and if you want a safe place to meet your customer, your potential seller, or if you want to buy, bring them to our shop. You're welcome. I mean, you're welcome to come here. Plug it in, test it out, whatever
So
you
that's just
feel.
a great service. So if someone sees something
no,
out on Facebook or eBay or whatever, and they're local,
Yeah.
You're more than happy to offer up your shop as a place where these two people can get together, do a deal, and feel safe,
That's
right?
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly. And if they want another set of eyes to look at it, we can take a look at that guitar and say, you know what? Oh, this is a great guitar. Yeah, that's a good value. Yeah, recommend. Or we can look at it and say, you know what? The bridge is lifting off this one a little bit. You may want to reconsider, or maybe take into account how much it's going to cost to get that fixed. Stuff like that. Especially in Arizona with acoustic guitars, neck separations and bridge lifts
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
very common. We see them all the time.
So you
So,
sell you sell a lot of guitars, obviously. So what's the most common mistake you see guitar players make when they're buying their first guitar?
uh, reading the internet,
Oh.
kind of
Mm,
researching too much. I mean,
mm, mm.
that's the one that drives me crazy. It's like, I tell people, okay, this is when you're buying your first guitar, buy the guitar you want to pick up and play.
Mm.
That's the only thing. I mean, guitars are not like when we were, I'm not talking about you, Jamie, but to like Glenn, myself. Okay. When we were younger, a cheap guitar was like, you were going to kill yourself trying to play it because the action was really high. The intonation was bad and never stayed in tune. Nowadays, you can get $100 guitar that plays like butter, that stays in tune, relatively in tune, and is easy to play. I mean, it's a different world.
Hmm.
So I tell people if you got the financial means, don't look at the price tag. You know, don't look at if it's a $200 guitar or a $20,000 guitar.
Hmm.
But if that guitar inspires you to want to pick it up and play and
Hmm.
pick it up every day, that's the guitar I want you to buy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't care about the price. I want you to become a lifelong player. And
Yeah.
because as a store owner, I want you to come back and buy more of those from me.
Right.
Right.
But and if you buy a guitar that discourages you from playing, it's
Yeah.
like parents bring in their kids. Oh, we want to get them a good acoustic. Oh, here, okay. Why don't you're gonna when your kid starts driving, you're gonna give them a manual uh car with manual steering and manual brakes. And no, I mean buy them an electric guitar. It's easier to play. They'll strum it. You don't have to buy them an amp right away.
Mm.
You just want them to play. And
Yeah.
and people's like, well, I just want to buy a 200 guitar. If you buy a 200 guitar and it does not inspire you to play, you just wasted $200.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. So are you a guitar player also? You play
Oh
guitar?
yeah. Yeah.
So I talk about this with my guitar player all the time because guitar players are always chasing tone.
Mhm.
So do you believe tone comes from the gear or the player?
Oh, the player. It starts with the player. See, it starts with the player, okay? And what everything after that curves that player's tone. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
mean,
Yeah.
if you're trying to sound like somebody else, it's never I had a guy one time, he spent tens of thousands of dollars trying to sound like Steve Vai.
Oh.
He bought everything that he could to sound like Steve Vai. And one time he called me and he goes, Ed, I have this YouTube video said if I bought this fractal unit and I bought this and I did this to my guitar and I installed your system and did all this, that I would sound just like Steve Vai. So I bought all these units. I mean, this was when fractals were like $5,000 or something. And he bought all these units and he goes, you know what? I still don't sound like Steve Vai. And I said, you know why? Because you're not
That's,
Steve Vai.
yeah.
And you
That's,
never will be.
That's so true.
If it's just not going to happen. I mean, I think, there are some players out there that can recreate artists playing. I mean, I've seen some great Van Halen tribute bands, okay,
Yeah.
that do a very good job. Guitar player does a very great job of playing Eddie's solos, but at the end of the day, they still don't sound like Eddie.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, talking about Steve Vai mentioned that one time, where Eddie Van Halen came over to his house, and Eddie picked up Steve's guitar, and Steve said, "You couldn't believe it. Eddie sounded just like Eddie on my guitar."
And there,
Yeah.
there you are. So speaking of playing, Ed, I mean, you are really a phenomenal, for lack of a better term, shredder. I
Thank you.
mean, are you playing in a band these days, or what's your musical progression? When you were in, and I know you're really from Detroit because you say Detroit. Um, what you know, where did it all come from as far as your musical progress goes?
Uh, just to try to keep it brief, it was, child of the 80s, Elton John was my hero. Loved Elton John. I mean, he wrote him and Bernie Taupin, wrote and sang the soundtrack to my youth. I always wanted to play piano, but, with my childhood situation, it just wasn't possible. Living in trailers, apartments, living with aunts and uncles, you know, there was no piano around, so took up guitar, started taking up, and just as I took up guitar, the whole 80s thing was starting to happen. And, uh, and then, I was like, you got to play fast, and then I went to a concert in 1984 at Joe Louis, no, at Cobo Hall in downtown Detroit. And this band came out. It was Eddie Money, believe it or not, with Saga. Saga was a Canadian band. It was a really good band. And special guests. Okay. So they go, ladies and gentlemen, special guest Alcatraz featuring Graham Bonnet. And I was like, Alcatraz, wow, that Graham Bonnet. Okay, cool. He was a singer for Rainbow, Since You've Been Gone. Remember that song he did? So, and this guitar player comes out and it was just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? You know? And then I'm sitting there listening and he does this huge solo. It just blew my mind. I was like, wow. And it's like, and then Graham Bonnet was like, ladies and gentlemen, Yngwie Malmsteen. And I'm like, what did he say? And it was Yngwie Malmsteen.
Oh my God.
And it was like his very first show, like, with Graham Bonnet and Alcatraz at the time. And so being in rural Marine City outside of Detroit, and we didn't have much, so I had no idea what he was doing. I didn't know what arpeggio sweeps were. So I was just trying to play as fast as I could to match his speed.
Oh,
Not even know. So that's how that developed. And then I played in bands throughout the 80s. 90s, I started studying jazz because when everything went to grunge, I
cool.
decided that, you know what, I'm going to do something different. So I started studying jazz with a guy by the name of Rob Boris, outside in Detroit area. And at that time, East Detroit, now it's East Point, but started studying with him and fantastic player. He was a member of the Chet Atkins Society, and he really taught me how to play and get me, get me away from just, play lots of notes fast to actually playing chord solos and stuff like that, and really brought him education. And then corporate world called and kind of went through that. Then I got out here and I started playing at a church, Scottsdale Bible Church in Scottsdale. Before I know it, I was playing with the choir and orchestra. And I tell you what, when you play with an orchestra, you have to work to find your space,
Mm.
and so I really had to learn how to dial in my tone, learn how to play off lead
Did you
sheets.
sound a lot like Stevie Vai at that point, or
That's right. Just like Stevie. Yeah. So anyways, that's where that really grew me, as far as my tone and my finding space and stuff like that, which was a good time.
and
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are you doing now currently?
I am uh nothing. I just doing jams. That's it.
Cool.
Yeah, just occasionally I'll sit, like last Friday, they were having the open jam over at Black Mountain Cafe. So I went over there and had some dinner and then watched. And then they were doing Hey Joe at the very end. And Todd Murphy was over there. He had his rig plugged in and he had a 61 Strat he just picked up. And it's like, I think I want to check that out. So he let me pick it up and just played a lot of notes for two measures. And,
But you still sounded like Ed Heisler, you know?
I sound like Eddie Van Halen and Steve Vai then. I sounded just like Ed Heisler. That's right.
I
Yeah.
have a quick question for you. This has nothing to do with anything but to ease my mind. Um, I thought geographically there's a southern part of every state. I thought there
Um,
was a southern of something, of everything. We are covering a song right now with my band,
uh-huh.
Don't Stop Believin'.
Oh
And
yeah.
my bass player says to me while we're rehearsing, he stops me and says, there is no South Detroit. And I said,
Yeah, there isn't. It's Windsor.
right, right.
Yeah.
So should I not sing that line?
No, you have to sing it.
I know.
You have to sing it. And as a matter of fact, Steve Perry, I think, said in an interview that he tried north, south, and east, or
He
north,
did.
east, and west. Yeah, and he said south just sounded better.
It
So
does sound good. It does sound good. So my bass player is correct. There is not anything ever called South Detroit. It's just
no,
Windsor.
it's Windsor. And actually, it's kind of funny because if you're going to catch a train, guess where you go? Windsor.
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 Yeah, we used to
Oh,
go over there, catch the train to go to Toronto, you know.
so it
Now I
sounds,
gotta go tell him he's right.
it sounds
Yeah,
like you're
he's
going.
absolutely right.
It sounds like you're going to a different city.
Yeah,
To
it
go
does.
catch a train. It's not here in Detroit. No, it's in
It's
Windsor,
actually a different country, isn't it?
right?
Yeah, it's Canada. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Ed, you just did something that I wanted to know if you felt comfortable. When you were walking back to switching places here,
Uh-huh.
we got a chance to get a glimpse of your store.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you mind walking us through it real quick?
Yeah, hold on one second.
Just to
Let me
see.
see. I came in here because my battery was going dead.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay,
wanted to
cool.
plug it in, but
And now who's that? Is that Robert Cray in the
yeah, oh yeah,
background?
that's so that poster there is from, let me see if we can get it here. Get the reflection off. So yeah, that was Fender custom shop poster they sent out years ago. Actually,
Hmm.
I got that from when Paul had the shop, and
Okay.
that was actually at supposedly that picture was taken at Alpine Valley the night that we lost Stevie.
Oh,
Mm.
wow.
Yeah,
That was his last show
that was his
up in
last show.
Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
supposedly. Yeah,
Wow. That's crazy.
yeah.
So,
It's a pretty cool picture. Yeah, it's just you know.
so you have a lot of connections with Fender Corporation here in Arizona. And how long have you had that relationship? How far back does that go?
Oh, it goes back, geez, a couple decades actually.
Okay. So
Yeah, I
then you
mean,
must have known.
I've known people in Fender for yeah a couple decades, and they used to invite me to their Hall of Fame stuff, and I knew
Hmm.
somebody worked there, and then actually they were somebody there was when it connected me with the Gym Blossoms to start working
Hmm.
with them
Hmm.
15 years ago, and now my son he's their guitar tech and
Oh,
staging
for
manager.
Gin Blossoms?
Yeah,
I probably have crossed paths with him.
yeah,
Um, uh, you were there when Rich McDonald was
yeah.
working
I
at
remember
the.
Rich. Yeah, I don't know him personally, but I
Uh,
know. Yeah, I know him.
or
I
when
know of him.
when you were going into his office, he had those pictures in the background like you have there.
Uh,
There's a picture of him playing guitar, and it was a old. It's just a chipped away red Fender guitar. He's on stage with this black guy, and and both the black guy and Richard have the big hairs. It was dreads, and then it was the big hair days. That's me.
that's you, eh?
Yeah,
Awesome.
we were in he was in
What
Morningstar
happened
with
to all
me.
that hair?
Oh, I still have
I'm
mine.
gonna say,
Yeah,
I think he's
Uh-huh.
got it back there still.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I got it. I got it pulled back. But I was just speaking to Richard just yesterday because I'd like to get him on the podcast and talk about
Oh
uh,
yeah,
the
he was
music.
there for the glory days.
Yes.
Yeah, the old school days when Bill Schultz was there, and that
Yep.
whole the '90s were was a great time for Fender. They
Yep. Yep.
they really took off, and with their products, and it was obviously Kurt Cobain helped a little bit, but I think they were really starting to take off before that. Where Gibson, they were like not probably the biggest thing that really saved them was Slash. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
1987. I remember beginning of 1987, you couldn't give away a Les Paul.
Right.
Nobody wanted them.
Right.
And then by the end of '87, you couldn't buy a Les Paul.
Right. It's
Yeah,
it's funny how that happened. I
yeah,
would go over there to Fender Corporation and visit Rich, and it was just like every musician in the valley was working there. Chuck Hall and Kimbo Tibbet and all these
yeah.
folks were in there in different departments.
Oh, it's funny when a lot of them get laid off. It's like there's a guy, Rich Cronwriter. He works over at Fishman now. He tells me, he goes, "Yeah, it's like a daisy. When it kind of when you blow out, you can blow on it. And see, says, yeah, says, when they ever let somebody go, it's like somebody blows and all the seeds go off and then everybody goes everywhere, and
And
it's
they
like,
land in other places.
yeah, you land in other places. Yeah. So it's
So,
like
so do you
most of my
remember,
reps are, former Fender guys.
right? So do you remember the Alice Cooper tribute band that they
Mm.
had there at
Oh, I
Fender?
didn't know that one, though.
Okay, because they did some shows over at in Scottsdale. God, what's that saloon that's uh, owned by? I
The
can't think
Handlebar
of it.
Jays.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
Handlebar Jays.
Yeah.
They did a tribute there,
And the
and
brothers.
Rich was playing
Yeah, I heard about it.
guitar.
That's Berzizi and
Yep,
John Willis, and yeah.
it's
Yeah, that's
funny.
probably the strongest rhythm section in the state. Yeah.
One of the things that the goal of this podcast is to have this zoom in and zoom out effect on how the music scene is and how entangled all of us are in different ways where we might have been walking in and out of the same music shop or the same club, but actually never met each other until years later when we come
Yeah.
across a thing where we're at a party or at a jam session and we start talking about things in the past and everything. So my next question to you is when you were working at Fender, when you got back to Arizona,
Well, I
what were
didn't work
some,
at Fender, but
I mean, I'm sorry, during the Fender era that we
yeah.
were just talking about. What were some of your favorite venues that you would go and listen to music?
In Detroit area or
In here in Arizona.
here, I never really, you know what? When I moved here, I had a 3-year-old and I had a 5-year-old.
Okay, that
So
says
my
it all.
music, so my music venues were well, mainly was Scottsdale Bible Church. 'Cause I was there every week playing with the
I have a
worship team.
3-year-old and a 5-year-old too. One is over here and one is down there.
Yeah,
I'm
so
older.
Why am I? Oh, yeah, I'm the 3-year-old. You're right.
so with music venues around here, I really didn't, not, it was, even now, like right now, my favorite music venue is the Mim. Yeah, that's right.
It's nice.
One. That
Yeah.
is a good one.
Yeah, I was
You,
there last night with Mike Stern. It was unbelievable what a show that was. Really good. And then the night before, I was supposed to go see Stickmen. I
mm,
was invited to go see them. They were at I guess, this new venue called the Walter
yeah,
downtown.
yeah. That's a
Yeah.
gallery. It's
Yeah. I
a
heard it's
gallery thing.
really nice. Yeah, I heard it
Yeah.
was a nice venue. But yeah, so usually I'm not one for the arena shows, but I like, when the acts like that come into town.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's
So
right.
talking about all the, past and present, are younger players approaching guitar differently than the past generations, you think?
Well, they're absolutely, where when we were kids, our internet was the kid next door, you
Hmm.
know,
Or
you
a
know,
fake book.
yeah. Well, even a fake book, I couldn't afford, I mean, when I started playing guitar, I didn't even know what a fake book was. I mean, it was like, oh,
I still don't know what one is, but that's okay.
I can
I
show
have
you.
one now, and I have a
Yeah.
real book too. Not only do I have a fake one, but I got a real
Real
one.
one.
But
A
but
real
it's
fake book.
a real fake book. So but in those days, I mean, it was like, you learn this, you learn that, from the kid down the street. This kid taught me a pentatonic scale. This kid taught me a 5 chord. This kid taught me how to play Iron Man.
Mm,
And that's how nowadays the kids, go to YouTube and boom, they just got, every you know video explaining everything they ever wanted to know, and so their learning experience is accelerating 100 times faster, 1,000 times faster than it was when we were younger, because they have the whole world to them. So the younger players now are growing so much faster at it and get so much by. We can see kids come in here. It's like, oh, I started playing last week, and then here they are ripping a Steve Ray Vaughan, solo, song that they picked up on YouTube.
Do you,
But
do you think it's
but
beneficial for them to learn off the internet, or do you think it's better to learn from a mentor or teacher or in person, or does it
abs
matter?
absolutely a mentor teacher. Because one thing about a teacher does is, like, I've seen kids come in. There was one kid in particular. He can jam pentatonic scales like crazy,
Mm,
but he couldn't play a 1 4 5 chord progression.
mm,
You know, So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, you need to get back to the basics because yeah, you're a great player, but you need to sometimes you need to go back. And it was like me in the 80s, I could shred like crazy and I could play some 1 4 5 progressions, but ask me to play a minor seven or a major seven chord or diminished whatever. I was like, oh, I had no clue, you know. And that's when I learned all that. It opened up a whole new world of playing for myself. That's so I think the other thing with young kids is years ago is like, a lot of the homes of the 50s, 60s, a lot of homes had the piano in the corner, and a lot of people learn how to play piano. Well, millennials don't want a piano in their house because they're damn ugly, so they buy their kids the guitar because they can hide it in the closet if they wanted to, you know. That's what they're doing for their kids, for their, give them their musical, appreciation, So we see a lot of that as well.
That's
Well,
funny.
I know you have to open the store soon, Ed.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let you go, but it's really been a fascinating discussion, and it's been for
Yeah, it's
me
fun.
because you're probably, if not the closest, one of the closest music stores to where I am up in North Phoenix. I went to that shop when Paul owned it as well. And it was a resource back then, but it's been really, really fun to watch the progression, through the pandemic and over the years, and watch you blow those walls out, and to know that there is still a local viable music store left somewhere in the world. I mean, you're bucking some very serious trends, and you're doing it really well.
Thank you.
I mean, Sweetwater's doing great. They got a nice big new plant, like down in Glendale somewhere. All those places are doing well.
Mhm.
And the guitar centers of the world, not so much.
Yeah.
But you've kind of found this really nice. No, you didn't find it. You built it. This nice niche, and you're doing the work, which is connecting people and connecting the community, which is what we're all about on this show. That's what we're trying to do. So, I mean, I'm really very, very thankful
Thank you.
that you're able to put together what you've done up there, and just wish you all kinds of continued success.
Well,
It's
thank you.
been
Yeah, I
wonderful.
could I couldn't do it without the customers. I mean, it's such a great customer base up here, and we're attracting more customers across the United States, and our number one thing is customer service. Welcome everybody comes in the door. Thank everybody for stopping in, and try to get them the best guitar that for them for that
Yeah.
person. So, and
Well,
that
That's
I would like to add on to that what Glenn was talking about. It's really a pleasure having you on the podcast, and hearing your story and getting to know you a little bit more. One of the things that comes off, and I think this is why you're so successful, is you just have a very warm and welcoming personality,
well,
and
thank you.
your story in life is relatable. And when you meet people like that, the services that they provide, from either selling guitars or plumbing, you want to go to them first because you feel like you're on the ground floor, able to relate, and one of the things that comes out in these podcasts is this sense of connection that we all have with each other in the community and through our arts, and that really comes across from you naturally,
Well, thank you.
unless you're the greatest actor in the world
I've
at
seen
at
the
10 at
Oscars on
10
that back
at,
wall, so
Yeah,
at 10
yeah,
o'clock
you.
at 10 o'clock in the morning before you open the
yeah,
shop. This man's putting on
yeah.
an Academy Award winning act right here.
Yeah, that'll never happen,
You
believe
know.
me.
So
Yeah,
I
they're right
definitely,
too. I feel like I've known you. I've just met you for
right.
the first time, but I feel
Well,
like
thank
I've
you.
talked to you
Well, I
before.
feel,
Walt and I are going to have to get down there and see that store.
well, see, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
please
saying. I feel
do.
like I want to jump right in
I
right now
know.
and go
Come
catch
on
you up
out.
there and then get a cup of coffee with you, man.
Because it'll take me 3 hours to get there. Most Walt will be there quicker than me, but
Well, I got the directions earlier on in the
I
show.
know.
That's
There
right.
you go.
It was
Downtown
really
Cave
great to
Creek,
meet
right
you,
on
Ed.
Cave Creek Road.
Well,
Should
Thanks
be
for
thank you
fun.
guys. I really appreciate you
Thanks,
Thanks
inviting
Ed.
me
for the
on your
cookie.
podcast. This is great. Appreciate you
Yeah.
guys. And Glenn, I appreciate what you all do and Walt and Jamie. I mean, it's just great what you guys are doing here and the Arizona music that you do Monday nights. Is it Monday nights that you do?
Doing Monday nights
Yeah.
and Tuesday nights. Walt does the great thing at TCA
Okay. Yeah.
on Wednesday nights, and Jamie is out there on the east side of the valley, way
It's just
east
such a
side of the
great
valley.
community. It's just amazing.
It
I'm
is, isn't
always
it?
even the Tuesday night music club we do here.
Yeah,
It's just I'm friends with a lot of some of the people on Facebook, and it's amazing as I see what their backgrounds are and stuff like that, political views and stuff. But when they all come together to play music,
doesn't matter.
doesn't
Doesn't matter.
matter.
Are,
Nobody
are,
cares.
are you there
Nobody.
on those Tuesday nights?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna come
Show
out
up
there.
on a Tuesday
I'm gonna
night.
show
Yeah.
up on a Tuesday
Have you
night.
Come
written any
up.
songs, Walt? I mean, do you have anything you can actually bring up there,
I
or?
have one song I wrote. I
He's got
just
a
Uh-huh.
wrote it
business
this.
card.
I, I wrote the song this morning.
You
You want to
wrote one
hear it?
last night about me.
I know that's right.
Must have been a short song.
It was. It was real short.
Hey,
Very
hey,
descriptive.
hey, Glenn. Hey, Glenn. I followed through with the objective of giving you smack while not being there last night, and my witness is here. Jamie, she's a witness, so she heard me give you smack without you being in the audience and
I
everything.
forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, Glenn. He did.
Yeah, thank you, Walt. I
I
really
used you as a
appreciate that.
target for old man jokes.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
actually forgot about that because
The
I was so
spirit of
caught
the
up.
joyous holiday season, obviously, you know.
Oh,
I
we're
was
full of
caught
it.
up in handing out business cards, but he did.
Oh man. Anyway, hey Ed, thank you so much, and continued success. And
Thank you, guys.
I'll see you
Appreciate
soon.
it.
I might even
Yeah.
stop on up there today if I got a minute.
I see
Yeah.
in
I gotta
about
draw
I see in
something up.
about half an hour.
There
We'll
I'll
see
you
you
go,
be there on a
Walter.
Tuesday.
Yeah. Thank you,
All
Ed.
right. Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
All right, Ed
Take
Heisler
care.
from Black Mountain Guitar Company. Really neat store and neat community resource. It's kind of a special place, so
He's really
might
cool.
want
I'm
to
gonna
do
have to
yourself a favor. Stop
drag
by there.
Salt and Barrett out there on a Tuesday
Might
night.
have to do that.
Yeah, we just
Sure.
go out. Let's go out and do it.
It's the first Tuesday. That songwriter gathering it's the first Tuesday of the month every month. So we've got one coming up soon.
So,
If because we're recording this show right in front of Christmas on the 18th of December is where we are at right here, right now. But shall we take our tour of the valley musically?
Sure.
absolutely.
Why not?
All right.
Why
Okay,
not?
live, loud, and local on my end. I beat you, Walt.
That's okay. Go for it. Do it.
Live, loud, and local. We've got so much going on out here. Schneff Farms has Christmas at the farm, and they've got ice skating. They have got, you name it, they've got it. Carrie does such a good job out there. A lot is going on over there. I want to talk about, though, your side of the valley because you all have so much going on. We've got Glendale Glitters. They've got stuff in Tempe. All of us have shows going on. Christmas is just such a festive time. And what I really love about Christmas in Arizona, and maybe it's in other states too, I don't know, but we're in Arizona. I love driving through the neighborhoods where you can turn the radio on and hear Christmas music and look at all the lights. In these neighborhoods, so many people get involved, and it's just, I love it. I love how people just get together, play the Christmas music, and go. You can just go travel around the whole state and see this all over the valley, and I love that.
Oh, that I have done that before, and I'm telling you, it's a full night event.
It is, and
It's
you
just a
can
lot of fun.
pick the city, and it's different everywhere because everyone has a different vibe
Hmm?
from city to city, and
Yep.
it's awesome. It's awesome. I've seen big buses pull up into some of these neighborhoods.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, so
and
get
some of
out
them have
there and see the lights and go to Glendale Glitters is I think my favorite probably in the valley. But
And some people from some of the police departments volunteer
yeah,
as safety agents in the
yep,
whole area, guiding people through, guiding the
yep,
traffic through, keeping it moving in one direction, and making sure that everybody has access. So if you're
yeah,
wheelchair bound or
sure,
transportationally challenged and that kind of thing,
yeah,
they make it happen for you. And the
yeah,
neighborhoods are the ones that do it on their own.
yeah.
They get together and they plan it out,
They do.
and it's
That's
it's.
what's amazing to me. They just
Mhm.
come together and let's do this, and some of them have hot chocolate for
Oh
sale,
yeah.
or
Oh, oh,
yeah,
oh.
they got it going on. I love it. I love going. I love going and seeing that. I do want to plug my show though. We've got
Go ahead.
we've got two shows out here in Queen Creek. I've got Badlands is going to have Sultan Barrett and I there as a duo. We've never played there, so it's our debut at Badlands out in Queen Creek. And then the final show of the year for the Blindsiders is at the Showroom, Tempe, Arizona. It's my favorite place. That's my favorite venue, and we'll be there from 6:30 to 10 playing music. We've got an opening act, and Bruce Levy's never played before, so come out and see Bruce and his son, and
So what date is that on
that's going
your?
to be Saturday, December 20th.
Okay. Okay.
And I know
So
you have a show. I think Glenn does too. You guys are going to miss my last show of the year.
well, no. Well, actually, what time your start at what time?
6:30.
What time's it end?
Whenever Sal lets me, whenever Sal kicks me out.
When he unlocks the door and
Okay. Okay.
gives her
You
the
Yeah.
know
So
boot.
me,
that.
I'll just keep playing until Sal says enough.
Yeah. So yeah, because we're playing at the Divided Vine.
Yeah, you and Tim, right?
Yeah, me and Tim at the same time,
Yeah, six
six
to
thirty,
nine.
6 to 9.
You'll
That's a
miss it.
popular time spot.
It is. It is. It is.
Well,
I'm done though. Live, loud, and local for me. What's going on with you guys?
so over here in Tempe, I'm just going to highlight just a few things over at the Tempe Center for the Arts on well, it's tomorrow, the 19th. The Sweet Honey and Rock in the Rock
That's a
is
great show.
going to be at the Tempe Center for the Arts, and it's going to be 7:30 to 10. I don't know if it's sold out or not yet, but you can go on to the Tempe Center for the Arts website and find out more about that. And then at Dark Star on Mill Avenue, uh, uh, I guess it's called Cliptic, is going to be happening, and that's going to go from 9 to 11 over there at Dark Star. And on the 21st, I'm at the Tempe Center for the Arts is going to be the music of Hans Zimmer, which is a lot of the I guess the Lord of the Ring kind of thing. Lord's kind of soundtrack there,
Hmm?
and I think I don't know if this is at the same place. Arizona Meditates has a World Meditation Day happening on the 21st as well. So there's a lot of things going down on Mill Avenue that you can go on to the Tempe City of Tempe websites, and actually this is on the downtown Tempe website, and check out what's happening. Um, I know that there will be a New Year's event at the Hackett House,
Hmm.
of which yours truly will be playing. We're one of three bands that will be on the show. So if you're looking for a kind of a lower key event, it's going to be kind of like an art show, music kind of thing going on, and you don't want to be in the crazy part of the celebrations that's going to be going on everywhere. Some people, they like that, Or if you want to come to see our show first and then go to the crazy, we get you all
Is that New
warmed up and
Year's Eve,
ready.
Walt, or New Year's
That's New
Day?
Year's Eve.
Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So, what's happening on your side there?
Well, there's always a lot happening over here, but unlike some people who feel they can't work over the holiday season,
Who's that?
The open mic at the Arizona Live Cooperative will
You,
continue right on
so
through,
you jumping on the open mic case.
the holiday season.
Thanks for being on our show, folks. It's been nice. Yeah, we took a break. Oh, hey, look, that's a picture of two necks.
That's
They
my
both
thanks.
have heads. They
That's the
both have
turkey
heads
neck
on them.
right there.
They're two necks with a head.
Wait a minute. This is a family show.
What? I'm talking
Well,
about his neck and the neck of the guitar.
I
we
know
will
what you're
be
talking about.
we will be slaving over a hot control board while others are lounging
Right?
and sipping on hot chocolate with
Or we could watch you slave
right. You could do
while we
that
lounge.
with marshmallows floating in it or something. But
Well, that's
Okay.
what we need to do. We need to show up to Glenn's events and just hang out and
there you go.
Give them a hard time.
Work me.
put our feet up, pass out business cards.
Well, that's going to be on Monday, every Monday. Generally, even if it's a Monday holiday, if Christmas were to fall on a Monday, and it will at some point, I do believe, then we wouldn't. But otherwise, we do. Same thing over at North Mountain Brewing. We're going to go right through the holiday season because basically I don't care. I should mention there's a nice open mic actually, and it's really kind of leans in on country, and we don't, sometimes we don't talk a lot about country,
Which country?
open mics.
Which country?
It doesn't matter which country, but it's outside of the city in whatever country you're in. you know, it's at the Horse and Hide, and they're over on East Indian School Road. And a buddy of mine, Cole Clark, hosts that one. And it's a really nice open mic and leans in on the countryside. Hutch, who does a lot of blues stuff around town, he's got a blues jam at a place called The Blues. He also does something over at the Chill Room, too. But this is a Blues Wednesday, and it's 7 to 11 p.m. over at The Blues, which is on
So they're going to
32nd
be
Street.
they're going to be happening on Christmas.
No, they're Christmas Eve is a Wednesday, right? Christmas is a Thursday this year.
Okay, that's right.
So I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, I would really check over the next couple of weeks. And again,
Yeah.
we're recording this, second to last week of December here. Just make sure you check the listings because some stuff's happening, some stuff isn't. I know Fiddler's Dream is happening, but they're going to happen the week before Christmas, but obviously not on Christmas Day. Cactus Cloud Coffee is Friday nights. They're going to take a break for Christmas starting the week of, well, it would be the week of the 19th. And I just want to quickly mention Arizona Songwriters Gathering, Saturday, January 31st, Glendale Main Library. That's a big event, and it's a great event. Glendale Folk and Heritage Festival coming up on February 28th and March 1st. That's a big event, too. And Jamie Ray mentioned Glendale Glitters. I'm going to be down there tomorrow night, actually, as part of a presence that the Arizona Songwriters are having down there at Glendale Glitters tomorrow night. So just a ton going on in the valley this time of year, and it is nice and festive. I do not miss the snow.
I miss the snow.
I don't miss the snow.
Yeah, and I stop talking about snow. Prescott is having a huge New Year's Eve with their boot drop. They've been doing a boot drop since like 2014, I think. It's the coolest thing. New York has the ball. Prescott, Arizona has the boot, and it is.
Okay.
It's
Where do
really
they drop
cool.
it from?
They're down in Whiskey Row. I don't know which
But
I
they're
don't know
not.
exactly which.
It's not at the Capitol Park. I mean,
You
right
know
at
what
the.
it might be? I see.
Cause
I'm not for sure, but I know it's down right in that area,
right,
right there,
right.
down in the center town. Yeah, but it's a
Okay.
really cool event, and I would love to be up there in the snow. So, if anyone wants to take me to Prescott for New Year's
Yeah,
Eve,
you have a
You
blast up there in the
wait
snow.
a minute now. Don't you have a place up in Prescott? Or are you
yeah, my sister does. She's lived up there for 40 years. My niece
okay?
does. Yeah, I've got people up there, but
Okay.
you know,
Well, then they can take you up there.
they're already there.
Walt, they would
Right.
rather she stay here.
Right.
See, I didn't want to get into that. That's
Yeah,
family stuff. That's a
yeah,
different show.
yeah.
That's a
So
different show.
I opened my Christmas gifts early. I got this. I got this real nice. I don't know if you can see this
Yeah, it's a nice box.
nice box and
What was in it? A
everything.
piece of coal?
Business card.
Yeah. Um, wrapping paper.
Nice.
Nothing but wrapping paper.
Excellent.
A lot of
Actually,
paper in there.
actually, there was this
Lot
really nice note from Jamie Ray. This gift was from Jamie Ray, and so it has it's a really nice
Oh, it's like
kind of
like a
it's
bracelet.
something that you put
Yeah.
it's like that, like a bracelet with a beautiful note that says, Walt, it's so grateful. I'm so grateful for the chance to share music with you instead of Glenn.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know what?
And
I don't have no box. I
You
got no
do.
box.
You weren't
I
there
got
last
no, I
night.
got
Your
no
box is
paper.
right
I
here.
got no note. I'm like frickin' Casper here.
and then on top of that,
We do
a
have
really
one.
really nice symbol of the phoenix,
That is
because she
lovely.
says, I represent the phoenix here
I think
in
you do, Sweet.
Arizona,
You
and to
do.
her, bringing out the newness in her life,
She
the
gave she,
beauty
mine
in
has a
her
crow
life,
on it. You represent the
the
crow.
business cards in her life, and
Glenn, you celebrate Hanukkah, you get more gifts than Walt.
I celebrate everything.
You weren't there last night, so you
I
didn't
brought
get
Kwanzaa onto my list of celebration things too, because I
oh,
want all the
okay,
gifts. I
okay,
want them all coming in. I
Kwanzaa
want it
too.
all. A
right,
Kwanzaa gift. I want
Walt,
8
you weren't
Hanukkah
supposed to
gifts.
read that to Glenn because Glenn says, I appreciate you over Walt. So you're not supposed to
well,
share each other's
it
gifts.
evens it out,
Too late now.
you know.
You
I'm a
didn't show the business card, though. Oh, you gave it back.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, last night after we closed everything up, guess what was laying on the floor?
My
A
business
business card.
card.
And one of the staff people picked it up and says, "Hey, this is Jamie Ray's business card. You want it?" I looked at him like, "Are you kidding?"
Eh,
So, hey,
eh.
Glenn, what the running joke was at last night is
I posted it.
I oh, I
Oh
was talking
gosh.
about Jamie Ray's business cards she hands out all the time, and she was handing them out at the gig, walking up on stage handing out business cards, and it's like, who is this woman here, and kind of thing, right? And so when I got up on stage, I was messing around with a tune, and I started talking about business cards and how I used to collect them but don't even use it. I just use it as a social gesture when people are handing things to me, and I'm being gracious to them. But I don't do anything with them after that. Well, I turned it into a. They thought I was going to start a song, and I turned it into a little thing about hating business cards.
He
And
wrote
so,
this little song on the fly, but he put my name in it, so it
right,
was written for me, and I've trademarked it. I've copyrighted it.
okay, okay,
Put it on a
um,
I'm gonna
card.
send it to you, Glenn. I posted it. I
All
posted.
right, I'll
Yeah,
take a look.
I'm gonna put the link to it on all my business cards now.
I'll
and so,
take a look.
so that became the running joke the whole night, man. Along with other things that were kind of uh, going on in the night, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I took the pressure off you, Glenn. So
Thank you,
Yeah.
Jamie Ray. Someone had to do it for cry. I mean, last night actually. So this would have been the night of the 17th.
17.
I was doing a benefit for an organization that promotes community reporting. And I don't know if any of you guys, I'm sure someone who's watching and listening now remembers Nick Orza. He was a photographer for the Arizona Republic, and he tragically died in a car accident 5 or 6 years ago, but was very active in local people chronicling local events. And this event last night, which was an open mic event, was to highlight a fellowship that's been developed in his memory. And that fellowship will pay for a journalist to do local journalism for a year. And pay them a stipend to report locally for a year, and it's really important in this day and age. But so that was my excuse for not being there last night.
That's a good excuse.
Did you
It's a good
get?
excuse, and I was so thankful not to be there, Walter, given what I've heard about what went on there last night. And I think it's also great that you're not going to be doing it for a few weeks
Right.
over the holiday season. Given the report that numerous people have sent my way about the smack talk that was going on last night.
Yeah, there was some smack talk.
My husband kept telling me to shut up. He kept saying, "You're going to get kicked out." I don't know if you noticed, Walt, but he left the room several times.
I did
And
look
it was
up.
always when I was talking.
I did look up, and he
That's
was
weird.
gone. I thought, did
What a
he leave
coincidence.
already? Because I was trying to make him responsible, but he wouldn't have it.
He ain't having that.
He wouldn't have
I
it.
got a lecture all the way home.
Well, you know what? The beauty, I think, of everything that our community is involved in here is we can get together and we can have a good time and a good laugh and share some music and all kidding aside, I feel so grateful to be part of this great community. And really, one of the first places I walked into when I first got here was TCA, and right away just felt like part of something bigger, part of a community, part of a bunch of people that use music. Not just to perform, but to communicate and to connect, which is exactly to what Ed was talking about earlier with Black Mountain Guitar Company. Where else would you kind of find a guitar store that is more than that? It's not just about selling guitars; it's about people getting together, and this guy saying, "Hey, even if you buy a guitar, on eBay or something like that, and you want to use my shop to get together and come in." I mean, that just kind of doesn't happen everywhere. So
Well,
I feel
that
absolutely blessed to be part of all this, even with Jamie Ray. And
well, that's the unique part about.
I'm not giving you your
you-
Christmas gift now. I'm keeping it. I'm going to find someone else worthy.
So that's the beauty of what I think is the charm about living in the state of Arizona. You have this kind of zoom in, zoom out effect in terms of like it's a guitar store, but yet it's not a guitar store. When you zoom in, it's doing so much from the for the community, but you zoom out and it's like, oh, you could just dismiss it as a guitar store, and that you just go and pick up something or look at some equipment or whatever. But when you get in there, you find out all the other things that are going on that are so inviting and welcoming and engaging. So that if you don't come out next week, you put it on your in the back of your mind that you'll get out there sometime, and eventually you do, and you have a good time, and you look forward to doing it again. That's the effect that seems to happen in so many places, but especially around the arts, and especially around scenes where the open mic nights and
Yep.
people are stepping up there for the first time or whatever, and also we've had the open mics where a person has stepped up there for the last time, but you didn't know it was going to be their last time.
this is true.
And
This is
and
really
now you have
and that is
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
the memory and the experience of of that person's music still living within you, and that it means a lot.
It
Yeah,
really does. It really
it does.
does. Well,
It does.
does anybody other than Jamie Ray have anything else to add at this point? Because I think maybe we can wrap it up. I know that we could go on indefinitely.
We wrapped it up when we got to the part where you weren't getting any Christmas gifts this year.
Yeah, we're done
That
now.
was a wrap right there,
Yeah,
baby.
we're done.
I'm looking at it right now. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll look nice hanging on your tree. Anyway, this was really a great discussion, and a big thanks to Ed at the Black Mountain Guitar Company, and to everybody who's been tuning in. We really appreciate it. I'm Glenn Gardner.
I'm Walt Richardson.
I'm Jamie Ray. Happy holidays, everybody.
Love you,
Let's
love
give
you.
peace. Let's give peace a chance. Take care.
Yeah, give me a chance.